Welcome back to the Sports Daily Early Look. We're taking a look at the three features at Ascot on Saturday, headlined by the Winterbottom Stakes at Group 1 level for the $1.5 million. I'm Taylor Courtland, joined by Digby Beacham.
A very good morning, TC. Looking forward to working through these three black-type races on the weekend upcoming.
And we'll do it in race book order. So we'll start with race number 7 on the program, the Tab Touch Sir Ernest Lestier Classic. It's for the 3-year-olds. It's over 1,400 metres. And taking a look at the Tab Touch market as we record, Augment, open favourite, and is at $2.90. Storm Chaser at $4.20. Investment Strategy $4.60 and Generosity at $7.50. For a 1,400 metre race, I don't think there's a heap of tempo in this, Diggers.
Is that going to work in the favour of Investment Strategy, who we do know races best when on the speed? We saw what he was able to do 2 starts ago in the Faritha. On that occasion, he beat a horse by the name of Zip Away. And last Saturday in the WA Guineas at Group 2 level, he did his best to chase home Zip Away. He was unable to do so. On that occasion, he wore a bar shoe. Now, we read the steward's report and the gear changes, and that bar shoe has come off in a race, which, you're right, TC, doesn't look to contain a great deal of tempo. Hopefully he finds himself at the head of this field.
I thought maybe Playing Games also goes forward along with Investment Strategy. Augment and Generosity, the other two in the market, are probably midfield, and then Generosity's probably going to have to go back from that gate, stepping back from the 1,600 back to the 1,400 metres. You've touched on Investment Strategy. The favourite in the market is Augment. She comes out of the Placid Arc Stakes. She steps up to the 1,400 metres. It's probably a question mark. We're not sure if she's quite looking for the 7 furlongs at this stage.
No, but she's going to get an economical run. So you would think she's going to be afforded many favours in order to get the 7 furlongs. This is her first go at this distance range. She wasn't horrible in the Placid Arc. She ran behind 2 pretty handy 3-year-olds. We'll see them later in the card go around, that being Ripcord and Oscar's Fortune. So she lost no admirers on that occasion. As I said, again, she's come up with an economical barrier draw for Patrick Carberry. You can understand why she's met with support.
Absolutely. Any other horse a little bit bigger in the market? I'll make a case for Generosity.
Yeah.
It's really good on opening day at Ascot. Since then, hasn't had too much luck. Stepped up to the 1,600 metres of the champion fillies last time out, and I just don't think she saw out that final furlong. Travelled into the race really well, but didn't quite let down at the 1,600. Big tick coming back to the 14.
Agree with that, and both Generosity and Augment are trained by Simon Miller, and they worked together on the main grass out there at Ascot on Tuesday. And looking at the video a few times last night, I'd argue that perhaps Generosity was a little bit sharper than Augment. Now, Augment wasn't pushed out, but Generosity looked like she did quicken up, and she is a filly who you would think, now that she's had that run at 16 back to 14, you know she's going to be strong at the back end of this race. And if you like Generosity, or you make a case for Generosity, you have to be able to consider Miss Rockjoy, because she's coming out of the same races. Indeed, she ran second in the WA Champion fillies. So it's a different race shape for Miss Rockjoy on this occasion from that barrier for PINNACLES, but she's going really, really well.
It's about time you gave me $100 to spend on one of these races, and if you were to do that, I'd be having $75 Investment Strategy and $25 on Generosity.
I'm leaning at this stage towards Investment Strategy, hoping that that bar shoe remains off. If that's the case, he finds the top. There are sou'westerlies forecast, which is a concern, given he's not going to be getting the cover that some of the runners are. But I think he's a pretty handy colt. We saw St. Torio back up from the Guineas last year and win this race.
It's not like the Bureau to get it wrong too often, though.
Oh, come on, don't be like that.
Race number 8 on the program, the Jungle Mist Classic, sponsored by Ascend Trophies. Also over the 1,400 metres. It's also at listed level. This one for the fillies and mares, and Duchess of Gossip. She was really well back last time out, and she's opened the Tab Touch favourite for this event at $2.50. Rusty Dreams at $4, Amber Glide at $6, and Baby Paris at $9.
Talking of getting it wrong, the market and punters, yours truly and you, we continually overlook Amber Glide, and she continually performs at a high standard and continually wins races. And now, after being so very good in the Jungle Mist over the 1,200 metres, she gets back to the 14 here of the Jungle Dawn. She's had 5 goes at 1,400 metres for 4 wins and a placing. Like, she's bomb-proof.
She's drawn a wide barrier. That doesn't really matter with her.
Matter.
She's at her absolute best when on the furthest outside of horses and letting down that Ascot straight. You mentioned the sou'westerlies. That's going to work in her favour as well. There's a little bit of speed in the Jungle Dawn Classic. We've got Baby Paris. How keen they'd be to lead, I'm not too sure at the 1400 metres. Duchess of Gossip probably settles in the first 4 as well. Rusty Dreams should get a beautiful run midfield, and as we touched on, Amber Glide will be out the back.
What do we do with Duchess of Gossip? Because I took a stand against her the other day, and who knows, she did run third, but had she jumped cleanly and had she got a clear look at them, who knows, she may well have won, and the money's been really strong for her again.
She probably needed to step up out of her Belmont winter form.
Yeah.
The trial was good. We needed to see it. We saw probably everything we needed to see over the 1200 metres. 14 is no concern for Duchess of Gossip. We'll get a soft run. For mine, $2.50 is probably just on the lower end to have a bet there.
Are you a believer of her, though?
Yes, absolutely. She's up to this grade, but so is Rusty Dreams.
So you're thinking Rusty Dreams. I thought she was good the other day. They pushed the button, went forward on her on a day when maybe, just maybe, they could have settled back. Third up, 14. You're getting right into her wheelhouse now.
And Michael Lane said as much on the Sports Daily this morning, so I expect Chris Parnham to just find some cover midfield, and he'll be able to show that turn of foot we know she has, and the step up to 1400 metres. Massive tick for me with Rusty Dreams.
So what do we do with Amber Glide?
Well, we probably wait till she gets out to about $10 and
then
and we'll have a bet again.
Yeah, well,
because she's opened at around $4. She's out to $6 Thursday morning as we record already. She'll probably keep drifting. We know the trend with horses. They get back at Ascot. They typically continue to drift in the market. She's had a starting SP profile, in the last 2 starts of $18 and $19, so she'll probably get double figures again.
If we're making a case for Amber Glide, Rusty Dreams, Duchess of Gossip, we need to consider valency, do we not?
Yeah, absolutely. She was in the right part of the track, in the right part of the race last start, where they really ramped up the tempo mid-race there, and she was really good. She'll find a midfield with cover again, valency, and up to the 1400 metres, she'll hit the line hard.
I thought Baby Paris could win the Jungle Mist. I'm starting to have trust issues with her now, particularly the way that she's leaving the machines. For mine, she's a risk on Saturday.
Yep, and up to the 1400 metres, another risk as well. I think she'll get double figures as well. She continues to drift in that market. So if I was to give you $100...
I'm looking at Rusty Dreams and Amber Glide. Like you said, quite rightly, the drift on Amber Glide is continuing. She'll interest me, but also Rusty Dreams. 50 on each of them.
50 fixed odds Rusty Dreams, and then on the tote on Amber Glide,
correct.
Is the way to go.
With Tab Touch.
I'll keep it very simple. Rusty Dreams, $100. I think she'll be primed at the 1400 metres, third up this preparation, and she's been pretty good in her first 2 runs this campaign. The main event.
Yes.
Race number 9 on the program. It's the Crown Perth Winterbottom Stakes, Group 1 level over the 1200 metres, and Overpass. It's been a drifting favourite since the barrier draw on Tuesday morning. Currently at 3.10, Ripcord at 6.50, Triple Missile 7 and $8.50 for Oscar's Fortune, the other 3-year-old in the race. Speed map wise, all the speeds drawn pretty close together with Man Crush, Overpass, Oscar's Fortune, those likely to go forward. Ripcord and My Ballamay probably settle midfield. That's how I read it.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I've sort of written down Overpass, Red Cam Man, Sava to Excel, Phantom, Man Crush, Flying Missile, and Oscar's Fortune as your speed influences here. But I'd be surprised, given his racing pattern, the way that Bjorn likes his horses ridden as well, if Overpass isn't hitting the rail, or certainly at worst breezing. Would that be fair?
I would expect him to hit the rail and lead them around the corner. He's got a class edge, I think, in this field. He's rock hard fit. He's been to Ascot before. He won a Quokka. The Quokka was a higher quality race, in my opinion, than the Winterbottom sets up on Saturday. So everything points towards Overpass being extremely hard to beat. $3.10. All I can put that down to is the weather forecast for the southwesterlies, and maybe some people are thinking it might be pretty difficult to lead on Saturday, but I think at 3.10 he's a great bet.
A lot of people who I have enormous respect for in the game declare adamant that he is a better looking individual now than what he was in the autumn. His skin looks outstanding, he's bright in the eye, so that is something that needs to be taken into consideration as well.
And give me your thoughts on Ripcord, the 3-year-old Placid Arc winner. He's been well supported in the market. He came from last to run down Oscar's Fortune. he sets up to do probably something similar in the Winterbottom Stakes.
Yeah, he has shown gate speed previously, so it's a perfect gate. You would think for Ripcord he'll jump from 6 if Valency doesn't gain a start, and he'll be tucked away in midfield. That speed to his outside will be quite frantic, you would think. Now, is he going to be able to accommodate and, I suppose, overcome that hustle and bustle of a Group 1, $1.5 million sprint? That's the key element here for him, because he's still a little bit immature mentally. Physically, he's getting there as well. But he's got an exceptional turn of foot. We saw that in the Placid Arc. He's untapped. It wouldn't be a complete and utter shock if he ran out of his skin and filled a top 3 placing.
Give the viewers a roughie to throw into maybe the trifectas and the first fours.
I thought Snowdome, on first glance, when the barrier draw dropped on Tuesday and Snowdome came up with 18, I thought, he's none. And then I've looked at it a bit closer. You're right in regards to this southwesterly. He'll be snagged back from that gate. It would be suicide if Chris went forward. I'd be completely and utterly shocked if they did that. We've seen the Winterbottom be a race where when you've got that southwesterly in play, horses flood down the middle of the track. We saw it with Palele. We've seen it previously as well. Voodoo Lad was a get-back runner. He stomped home. It has happened previously. And I'm just wondering here if there's a 3-4 deep line, if Snowdome, off the back of that fresh win, and you've heard Neville Parnham talk about this horse, he's getting better and better. He's a far more advanced physical specimen now that he's fully matured. The first up win was great. I love the fact that Neville has acknowledged that this horse is best when kept fresh. He hasn't gone to the Colonel Reeves. I'm just thinking around that $13, $14, $15 mark. I've marked him a little bit shorter than that TC, that he'll let the speed go, Chris. He'll wait for them to straighten, press the button. Now, whether he's able to overhaul horses like an Overpass that wait for age over 1,200 metres when they're going to be turning well in front of him, that's to be decided. But I thought he was worth an each-way play for me.
So is he involved in the betting strategy for the race?
Yeah, I'll go 1/3. I think Overpass can win the race. He's my on-topper, and he's probably at a price that interests me. But for a little bit of value, I'll go 25 wins on Snowdome, 75 places Snowdome.
I thought Overpass was closer to a $2.50 chance in this race. So at $3.10 with Tab Touch currently, I'm pretty happy to play the full $100 on Overpass and bank in his class to get him over the line in a feature race at Ascot once again. I'll be betting on Saturday with Tab Touch, and as always...
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.